and welcome to Scriptonite Reacts. I'm Scriptonite. Today we're going to be watching Season 8, Episode 2 of Game of Thrones. I can't wait for this. I'm still as excited as I was for the premiere last week. And I'm fairly jaded this morning. It's a bank holiday weekend, so a public holiday here in Britain. And let's just say it was a late night and quite a few beverages have been consumed. And I woke up a bit like, oh, I just want to stay in bed. And then I had the Game of Thrones theme tune play in my head and I was right up for it. So I'm really, really excited about this episode, especially because Jaime has arrived in Winterfell and I'm anxious to see how he is received. I know there's going to be some sort of a trial, there just has to be. And he pushed Brienne out of a window. Is the three-eyed raven going to reveal that bit of information so Jaime can properly answer for everything he's done and move forward from here with a clean slate if they let him move forward? I would be really surprised if they just killed him off, because I think he has a big role to play. I love that Bran waited up all night for him. When I was initially reacting to that and Bran said to Sam, I'm waiting for an old friend, I genuinely thought he was talking about the Night King. And the episode was going to end with the Night King showing up. So when it ended with Jaime showing up, it was even better, and because it was a genuine surprise of like, oh my god, he knew he was coming. And I think Jaime does have a role to play. I know there's been a lot of noise about Jaime being Azor Ahai. The more this thing goes on, the more I'm starting to think, oh god, that could at least be possible. The first time I heard it, I was like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? But there's so many. We're in a situation now, I think, where they have quite cleverly thrown up so many possibilities about where this could go that almost any of them would make complete sense. And also it does give them room to throw us a real curveball, because we're just like dancing from theory to theory. Oh, I actually reflected on something from the reaction last week, which was about the conversation Sam had with Jon about you gave up your crown for your people, would she? And I said she would. I think I said that kind of defensively, because I wanted to make the point that I believe it is possible that there would be conditions under which Daenerys would give up the crown. And I know there are people in the comments going, she'd be Queen of the Ashes. Have you not watched this show? How would she be Queen of the Ashes? If she wanted to be Queen of the Ashes, she'd have flown straight over to King's Landing, burned Cersei and the Lannisters out of the Red Keep, and she'd be Queen now. She does not want to be Queen of the Ashes. She wouldn't be in the north with Jon if she wanted to be Queen of the Ashes. She'd have done a Cersei, let the Night King wipe them out. She was already a queen in Essos. She could just be merrily roaming around Essos, conquering cities until she'd taken over the whole continent and thought, fuck Westeros, there's a Night King now. So please stop with the Daenerys is the Mad Queen. Daenerys is ruthless enough to be Queen of the Ashes. No, she never has been, she never will be. End of story. So I'm not going to go on for too long. We always have a big chat at the end. I just want to get into this episode now. So without further ado, let's have at it. Last Hearth. God, I fucking love this.
When I was a child, my brother would tell me a bedtime story about the man who murdered our father. Your sister pledged to send her army north. I see one man with one hand.
Oh, God.
It appears your sister lied to me.
She lied to me as well. She never had any intention of sending her army north. She has Euron Greyjoy's fleet and 20,000 fresh troops. The Golden Company from Essos. Even if we defeat the dead, she'll have more than enough to destroy the survivors.
We.
I promised to fight for the living. I intend to keep that promise.
Your Grace, I know my brother.
Tyrion, shut up.
You're right, we can't trust him. He attacked my father in the streets. He tried to destroy my house and my family, the same as he did yours.
Do you want me to apologize? I won't. We were at war. Everything I did for my house and my family. I'd do it all again.
The things we do for love.
Oh! Shit! Shit!
So why have you abandoned your house and family now?
Because this goes beyond loyalty. This is about survival.
I'm so oh, Brienne, I love you.
You don't know me well, Your Grace. But when we were both taken prisoner and the men holding us tried to force themselves on me, Sir Jaime defended me.
That what means something.
Without him, my lady, you would not be alive. He armed me, armored me, and sent me to find you and bring you home. Because he'd sworn an oath to your mother.
You would fight beside him.
I would.
Why did I not bring tissues?
I trust you with my life. If you trust him with yours, we should let him stay.
Oh.
What does the Warden of the North say about it?
We need every man we can get.
Very well.
See? She takes her counsel. That is the man who killed her father. Oh no, she doesn't know why he's being called.
Either you knew Cersei was lying and let me believe otherwise, or you didn't know
You're an
at all.
idiot.
Which makes you either a traitor or a fool.
I was a fool.
Not for
Pause. I can't go into this without some tissue, clearly. I feel so frustrated with Tyrion at the moment because he's been off his game for a long time. And I actually think longer than... I know that other people are starting to be frustrated with him now, but I've really been frustrated with him for a few seasons now. I think when I really lost it was... it's midway through season 6 anyway, and he tries to make the deal with the Myronese slave traders and the benevolent masters of Astapor and everywhere else in Yunkai. And he does that treaty for 7 years and walks out like he's the boss, and I was just sitting there, jaw open, horrified. One, that he would trade people's lives so easily, because it's always easy to make those kind of compromises when you're not the one paying the price. 7 additional years as a slave is a long time, particularly when you've just been promised your freedom. But also that he was so confident that he would outwit these masters who he has no experience of, and he has 2 people with him who have experience who are saying, you won't use them, they'll use you, that's what they do. You know, those were Grey Worm's words, and Grey Worm was absolutely right. So deeply frustrating, and I do feel like almost the thing that we love about him is also his greatest weakness. So I love that Tyrion is like witty and a smart ass, like that's always been entertaining to watch, but no one can pretend that he has been a good hand of the Queen to Daenerys. He literally lost Dorne, Highgarden and the Reach, and the Greyjoys in like the opening minutes of the war with Cersei. Then he has this ridiculous idea to go and get a white from beyond the wall, which lost us a dragon. And now this, you know, he got completely played by Cersei and didn't even realise it after the fact. You know, they've had this whole journey north to think this stuff through, and he's not gone, hang on a minute. So, I don't know how he stays in his post at this point, because this is a high stakes game they're playing, and you have to have people who are on the top of their game, and bless his cotton socks, Tyrion just is not. And I don't know what it's going to take to turn it around. My real worry is that Tyrion is going to die, and the show is kind of dialing down reliance on him somewhat, so that he could be killed and people wouldn't just stop watching like they do sometimes when a favourite character dies. That's what I'm worried about, because I would, if Tyrion was to die now, it would be truly tragic, because he's on a downward arc, and I love Tyrion enough that I actually want to see him overcome this and learn something about himself and become better at anything that he wants to do. So that's going to be a real gut wrencher if that happens. But anyway, I've got my tissue, I've had my chat, I'm ready to go back to it. I think we're going to have a serious conversation now between Daenerys and Tyrion, which is going to be very awkward for everyone. So, play. It is she's
Cersei
right.
still sits on the throne. If you can't help me take it back, I'll find another hand who can.
That's fair. I'm loving these scenes in the Forge. This is amazing. Look at all of it. She loves him. And who wouldn't with those forearms?
You made my weapon yet?
What do they look like? What do they smell like? How do they move? How hard are they to get?
This is death. You want to know what they're like? Death. That's what they're like.
I know death. He's got many faces. I look forward to seeing this one. My weapon.
I'll get right on it.
Marry me. Oh my god, this is happening!
I'm sorry for what I did to you.
You weren't sorry then.
No.
I'm not that person anymore.
You still would be. If you hadn't pushed me out of that window. And I would still be Brandon Stark.
What about afterwards?
How do you know there is an afterwards?
Steady on. Oh, fuck me. I really need there to be an afterwards. With living people in it. Wow. Loving the fortifications. That's amazing. You see the sticks with the dragon glass bits on it. They would just run into him and die. Oh, he loves her. I ship them. I know the Brienne Tormund thing. I ship Jaime and Brienne. Coupons! Oh, look at her little bright face.
So, Jaime,
Lady Brienne.
what are you doing? I think you know.
I truly don't.
We have never had a conversation last this long without you insulting me. Not once.
You want me to insult you?
No.
Good.
Oh. Oh.
I'm not the fighter I used to be. But I'd be honored to serve under your command, if you'll have me.
Oh.
He's made mistakes. Serious mistakes.
As have we all. He owns his and learns from them.
It's a good point.
You're advising me to forgive the man who stole your position.
I am.
He's Joy, you're such a good man.
And one other suggestion, if you'll allow me.
Lady Sansa, I was hoping we could speak alone.
Oh! Yeah! Bring it! Oh my god, I want this conversation.
We've both known what it means to lead people who aren't inclined to accept a woman's rule. And we've both done a damn good job of it, from what I can tell. And yet I can't help but feel we're at odds with one another.
Come on, Sansa. Don't Littlefinger this.
Men do stupid things for women. They're easily manipulated.
All my life, I've known one goal. The Iron Throne. Taking it back from the people who destroyed my family and almost destroyed yours. My war was against them. Until I met Jon.
See?
Now I'm here, half a world away, fighting Jon's war alongside him. Tell me who manipulated whom?
Please be friends, please be friends.
We defeat the dead. We destroy Cersei. What happens then?
I take the Iron Throne.
What about the North? It was taken from us. And we took it back, and we said we'd never bow to anyone else again. What about the North?
Just let the North be. Let it go. Oh no! Oh my god! Sansa, you made it up with Theon. You can make it with Daenerys.
She's sailing to the Iron Islands instead. Let's take them back in your name.
But why aren't you with her?
I want to fight for Winterfell, Lady Sansa. If you'll have me.
I don't think there's going to be an Iron Throne at the end of this. I really don't. I think this is all going to become completely academic. There's going to be a totally different system.
When the time comes, you'll be down in the crypt, the safest place to be. Through that archway right over there.
Oh my god!
Thank you.
Which way should I go?
We've not seen Gilly forever. What?
Which way do you want to go?
I want to fight too.
Shireen, I'm not over it.
That's good to hear. I'm going to be in the crypt with my son, and I'd feel a lot better with you down there to protect us.
I'm sure a lot of people would.
All right, I'll defend the crypt then.
No, that little girl is gonna die, I know it. Who is it? Oh! It's Ed of the Night's Watch.
My little crow.
My little crow.
We met up at the last hearth. The dead got there first. Whoever's not here now
Yeah, they're not coming.
is with them. How long do we have? Before the sun comes up tomorrow.
Shit.
The big woman's still here?
Oh, Tormund.
The Night King made them all. They follow his command. Getting to him may be our best chance.
If that's true, he'll never expose himself.
Yes, he will. He'll come for me. He's tried before, many times, with many three-eyed ravens.
What does he want?
An endless night.
Ah!
He wants to erase this world, and I am its memory.
That's what death is, isn't it? Forgetting. Being forgotten. If we forget where we've been and what we've done, we're not men anymore. Just animals. If I wanted to erase the world of men, I'd start with you.
Yeah.
How will he find you?
His mark is on me. He always knows where I am. We need to lure him into the open before his army destroys us all. I'll wait for him in the Godswood.
What the fuck?
You want us to use you as bait?
We're not leaving you alone out there.
He won't be. I'll stay with him.
No. They're
I
dead.
took this castle from you. Let me defend you now.
Fucking pre-crying.
We're all going to die, but at least we die together.
I needed that, Tormund, thanks. I love how the map is like the title sequence map.
Here, Chris.
Jon, for fuck's sake, you can't be like this.
Do you want to grow old in this place?
No. This is shit.
North. I'd like to see the beaches again.
Then I will take you there.
Oh, God. I don't want anyone to die. I'm not going to get my way.
They'll be safe down in the crypt.
If you want to join them, to protect them.
You need me out there.
Well, if that's what it's come to, we really are fucked.
Well, calling you fuck wouldn't be strictly accurate.
Last man left, burn the rest of us.
Watches on the wall. Here we are again.
The battle might start at any moment.
Oh, let the boy have half a glass of wine.
Half a cup.
It could be our last night in this world, you know?
Yes, well, I'm glad you're here. Here, fighting with us. Glad you survived East's Watch.
Would you like a drink? They call you King Killer.
I'm sure someone does.
They call me Giant's Bane. Want to know why?
Oh, fucking hell. Oh, I'm all about this.
What are you doing up here? You joined the Brotherhood. You won't be on the wall with Jon. You're here now. Why? When was the last time you fought for anyone but yourself?
I fought for you, didn't I?
Yeah.
When light...
Taurus isn't here anymore, so I hope you're not about to give a sermon. Because if you are, the Lord of Light's gonna wonder why he brought you back 19 times just to watch you die when I chuck you over this fucking wall. Where are you going?
I'm not spending my final hours with you two miserable old shits.
Oh, thank you, Game of Thrones, for giving us so many laughs this season. Because I know they're going to rip our guts out any minute. Who was that?
That for me?
That's her weapon. Wait. I just had an awful thought.
This'll work.
Pause. I don't know. I just thought, imagine Gendry was dead and he was a faceless man. There's something about this way that this is being shot. Because I do subscribe to the theory that Littlefinger put some money down with the faceless men to have Arya assassinated. Oh god, that'd be fucking awful. Play.
We're probably going to die soon.
Oh yeah.
I ought to know what it's like before that happens.
Let's get it on. Oh my days.
I'm not the Red Woman. Take your own bloody pants off.
Oh my god, I can't believe I've seen this!
I think we might live. I do.
You're not the knight?
Women can't be knights.
Why not?
Tradition.
Fuck tradition.
Damn right.
I don't even want to be a knight.
Bullshit! Do you want to be a knight or not?
I am gonna lose my shit.
Kneel.
Oh, fucking hell. She's waited her whole life for this.
In the name of the warrior, I charge you to be brave. In the name of the father, I charge you to be just. In the name of the mother, I charge you to defend the innocent. Arise, Brienne of Tarth, a knight of the Seven Kingdoms.
Yeah, you did! Yeah, you did!
Sir Brienne of Tarth, Knight of the Seven Kingdoms.
You're the future of our house.
I don't need you to remind me of that.
We're safer in the crypt. These things were fighting.
I will not hide underground.
It's called Heartsbane. It's my family sword. Your father, he taught me how to be a man. How to do what's right.
Oh, God.
I'll wield it in his memory. To guard the realms of men.
I feel like Podrick's gonna break into song.
High in the halls of the kings who are gone, Jenny would dance with her ghosts, the ones who'd been gone for so very long. They spun her around on the damp old stones, and she never wanted to leave. Never wanted to leave.
It's everyone's last goodbye, isn't it?
Never wanted to leave.
Oh, Grey Worm, fucking Bonnie, please survive.
Never wanted to leave.
Oh, God.
Never.
Oh, shit. I was wondering when we were going to do this. This conversation needs to happen before we have a war. Jon, just tell her.
Lyanna Stark.
My mother.
My brother Rhaegar. Everyone told me he was decent and kind. And he raped her.
He didn't.
He didn't. He loved her. They were married in secret. After Rhaegar fell on the Trident, she had a son. Robert would have murdered the baby if he ever found out, and Lyanna knew it. So the last thing she did, as she bled to death on her birthing bed, was give the boy to her brother, Ned Stark, to raise as his bastard. My real name is Aegon Targaryen.
Whoa!
It's impossible.
I wish it were.
If it were true, it would make you the last male heir of House Targaryen. You'd have a claim to the Iron Throne.
Oh my God. No! Oh, he's fucking here. Oh my God, it's all those fucking Sons of Craster. It's not the Night King. Where's the Night King?
I am not Fuck me. Jenny would dance with her ghost.
I'm not going to watch the pre-run. I don't want to know anything that's happening next week. Oh my god. Ugh. Ugh. That was a fantastic episode. I am so glad that they are seeing out this season just at the top of their game. And I know for some people they're not pleased with how this season's going. I don't know what they're watching, frankly. It's given me everything that I want and nothing that I want, which is where Game of Thrones is perfect. I like that we're moving through things expeditiously. So Jaime got his trial, Brienne stood for him, and he's in. And that to me rang completely true. I think Sansa would absolutely trust in Brienne. So that was great. And I'm really glad that we actually finally got to have a proper showdown and really call Tyrion's incompetence out for what it is. He could finally see, I have fucked this up. I have got to make a rapid attitude adjustment because I consistently underestimate our opponents, and that's not good. So I think this really could be the making of Tyrion now. I wish it would have happened like half a season ago, because I'm like, damn, we've got like 4 episodes left now for Tyrion to. But this could be where he makes the difference, and I'm absolutely up for it. Because like I've said all along, I love Tyrion. I just have to see him make that growth curve. I love it when Thrones does this, where it has a character you respect vouch for another character that's really winding you up, and you're like, yeah, okay. And so kind of Jorah had that effect on me this episode, where he was saying to Daenerys, you know, we have all made mistakes, but Tyrion owns his. And that fact in itself means that there's hope with him. Yeah, so, yeah, we're done now. I forgive you, Tyrion. We can make up properly. And I loved him this episode. I thought he was wonderful. You know, not his old self, because that man doesn't exist anymore. And that man was just a lech, really. You know, this guy who just drinks and sleeps with prostitutes. You actually, with Tyrion now, he has that wit, but I think he's a much richer character actually today than he was in the early days. That pleases me, because I really love it when characters learn from their experiences and they become someone else. You know, you always see those elements of them that were there at the earliest points, but they get, you know, more expansive and, oh, please don't die. For me, the emotional kind of heart of this episode was Brienne being knighted, which also makes me think, well, bye Brienne, bye Brienne. But no, stop it, Cara. Brienne has wanted to be a knight her entire life. King Arthur and the Round Table and everything else. It's not how it looks in the pictures. It looks like that room. It's just a few people who are in the right place at the right time, or the wrong place at the wrong time, or, you know, however you want to look at it, and become legend. And that's what I found so beautiful about that scene. And I don't think it could have been any more perfect than to have really the current kind of Knights of the Round Table anointing Brienne, you know, led by Jaime Lannister, who has just been on such a long and winding journey. I think one of the best character arcs of any character in anything, really. I've really loved Jaime Lannister's story all the way through, and I adore him now. I think he's, you know, now he's finally out of Cersei's clutches. For me, marked the point where he started to be his own man. And prior to that, I think his character was really determined by the people around him. If he was around Brienne, he was good. If he was around Tyrion, he was good. If he was around Cersei, he was a bastard. Whatever season you pick. And I think a lot of us were like, God, you know, when will this man become his own man and just pick who he wants to be and be that man? And that's the Jaime we've got now in this final season, and that's incredible. I don't think Missandei and Grey Worm are making it out of this. We've not seen much of them, and you know, I always get nervous when people start talking about their plans, and I don't even think Grey Worm can go to the Isle of North. I thought anyone who wasn't from North just dies when they go there. Anyway, we had Arya assert her womanhood and her sexual agency in just the most marvellous way. I loved that whole scene. I did worry for a moment that Gendry was going to be a faceless man and killer. I can't lie. I'm still not entirely over that, because Gendry would be the perfect face. Anyone who'd been watching her would know that that would be the face to pick. That was great, and I loved Arya just being so in that scene. I'm not the Red Woman, take your own damn trousers off. Oh my god. So that was wonderful. We had Sam give Jorah the sword. That was fantastic. I felt like it kind of mirrored Jon's chat with Jorah when Jorah let him keep the sword. Everyone's story is completing ahead of this battle, which I think tells you how many people we're about to lose next episode and beyond. I love Tormund this episode. I think he is a fantastic comic character. He's comic relief for me. Every time he's around, he just makes me feel better. We are setting up some issues for after, if there's an after, the Night King situation, because we had this conversation with Daenerys and Sansa, which looked like it was going to be really good, and they've both thawed. But then, what's going to happen to the North if you take the throne? I'm back at it again. That's annoying. And also the conversation with Jon, you know, Dany's like, that would give you a claim. So I think they're kind of setting us up to feel like there's going to be a big sort of contretemps after this. Sort of like the Game of Thrones is still being played. So I'm just hoping that is not a factor that we need to concern ourselves with. Let's deal with this, and I'm hoping that after everyone has gone through what they've gone through in this moment and lost the people that they've lost, and God, I hope at least a couple of people survive. I don't think we're going to be bitching about whose bum sits on the Iron Throne, because I honestly don't think there's going to be an Iron Throne. I have a feeling that the Night King is going to wash through Winterfell like a tidal wave, and it's almost going to be pure luck who survives. I think the Night King is going to make it to King's Landing. He might already be on his fucking way, because I didn't see him there. That was just all his sons. That was just all the White Walkers. I don't think even the seat of power in Westeros is going to be King's Landing after this. I really don't. I think it's going to move north. It could be in the north. It could literally be Winterfell. They could not have the Seven Kingdoms as one, but actually respect people's independence and know that they come together for big things. And other than that, they let people run their bloody selves. That would be interesting. Could be a democracy. Or it could be that everyone just comes together behind Jon and Dany and we've got a good old-fashioned Targaryen dynasty again. But that wouldn't be breaking the wheel, so I don't think that's going to happen. It was really something to see Jon tell Dany, and she reacted exactly as I expected her to react in the moment. This woman has known only one quest. She's had only one light in her life, her whole life. She's not like Jon. She wasn't raised in a loving family with people around her who cared about her. You know, for all Jon had to struggle being a bastard, and with Lady Catelyn, like, he had Ned Stark, he had his siblings, you know, he was respected around Winterfell, he had Uncle Benjen, you know, and his relationship with all these soft tendernesses that he had, and Daenerys had none of that. She's being dragged around from pillar to post, being abused God knows how by Viserys, and then she's sold off to a Dothraki horse lord and raped. She's had it, and all the way through that, the only thing that's been sustaining her is the belief that she was made to rule, that was kind of the source of her strength. Now what she has the opportunity to do, once she passes through this, she's got to go through a grief cycle very quickly now, of losing that, is to discover she wasn't made strong by the fire in her blood. She wasn't even made strong by the magic or the dragons. She's strong in and of herself. She survived that because she was able to survive it, mentally and physically. And that she kept going, and that instead of hardening her heart, she opened her heart, even though she'd been hurt so much. So I really hope, I think there could be an amazing, really an amazing moment there is possible with Daenerys, to realise that she's much more than a queen, actually. So that, I'm really excited to see where that goes. But it's going to be a fucking bumpy road, I'll tell you that. And of course we've got Theon back. And his role is to protect Bran. So what we're going to do is we're going to stick Bran in the Godswood to attempt to tease in the Night King, where we're going to pounce and kill him. I don't know how anyone's planning to do this. I mean, are they going to attack him with their Valyrian steel swords? What? I literally have no idea what the plan is other than that. But Theon is going to be in there with him, and I think Theon is going. I think we're losing Theon next time. Ugh. So that's it. We are where we are. Next episode, there's no more fucking about. It's the battle. Next episode, the wolves are at the door. Well, the wolves are inside the door. The dead are outside the door. And it's time. It's time for the living to fight the dead. I love this episode. I feel really, really good about this season so far. They are taking their time. It doesn't feel like we're flying through things at all. But we're not hanging about. Yeah, until the next time. Bye-bye.